Hi, this is your friend Suna Senman. I'm here in a vulnerable moment, which I was told by a older woman when I was in my 20s that vulnerability is your strength. So it's about being authentic and real, and it's a moment where I'm feeling not so fantastic about myself, but that is logically I understand I'm the same person whether I feel fantastic about myself or not. I'm experiencing the major shift with relationships in a loved one, and that makes me reflect a lot on myself and what I've modeled and what I think I know and what I don't know that I don't know. So it's also the opportunity of my growth and learning. I recently read that ascension is when you discover the aspect of yourself that is fear-based or not loving, and then you find the loving counterpart and you choose that. So that's the aspect that I'm in. There is also so many like rules and ideas and mores that society has that can get us confused, especially when it kind of counters what is coming from our genuine heart. And even understanding that our soul growth or our soul contracts sometimes includes things that just don't look great. I mean, there's soul contracts for creating challenges for people so that it helps them grow. And that's, one thing is just accepting everybody for where they are at and what they are doing. I think that's a real challenge in relationships. In relationships, you get certain things from relationships and certain needs that you have or desires or whatever you call that you're not getting from those relationships. Oftentimes we try to point our fingers at the partner and blame the partner for not giving those things to us. But that's a miscreation, because the real thing is that we have that need, and we also have the fulfillment of that need. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in the other person. It's oftentimes from within ourselves or other people that are brought into our lives. And we have to kind of rework what we are seeing and calling relationships. All the names we use, spouses and twin flames and twin souls and boyfriends and girlfriends and lovers and daughters and fathers and, all these names and naming, a companion or a roommate or, we can, the naming should just facilitate the heart expression, not be used as judgment or as anything that's not loving. So I think it's about just getting here and now. And I'm searching at this moment. And I know the answer is in my breath and just breathing, being here and now, being grateful for being part of this play, this dance, this engagement with many different aspects of the divine, expressed as individuals, unique characters, personalities, wishes and desires, and that we are dancing with one another in a flow. And sometimes we seem to get stuck and caught, which pulls us out of the flow. And when we realize, well, we start feeling miserable when we're stuck and caught. And when we realize that, then we need to give ourselves a little budge, a little push to get unstuck and get back into the flow. And it's all love. And it's all different chapters of our lives, like reading wonderful novels with beautiful stories and chapters. And that's when maybe a very intense and close relationship has run its course, and it's time to move on to something else. And that happens through death, breakups, divorce, moving away, being called into different directions because of careers. There's no love lost. It's just the end of that movie, the end of that little episode of our lives. And the longer we live here on earth, the more times we do that circle around the sun, the more of these chapters and movies we collect. And there's something beautiful in the kind of quiet mourning of the closing of a chapter, the closing of a book, the parting of a friendship. It's honoring the beauty and the value and the gifts to the soul that came from that time. And we just need to allow ourselves the time to go through the feelings, to really allow the love to come forth and solidify as gold threads in our lives, in our tapestry of our lives, rubies and diamonds. And honor and bless all for what it is, for what it, we could say was in a linear way, but it still is in reality. And be open, keep our hearts open for the new. And always, always keep loving yourself. Be a deeper, more wonderful lover to yourself. A fantastic, supportive parent to yourself. An endearing, entertaining child to yourself. Be your best friend. It's all within you, and then it starts to reflect outside of you. You are blessed. We are blessed. We are connected in oneness and love. Go forth in this day with blessings, blessings, blessings. And embrace the vulnerability. It is the strength. I am speaking to me as I speak to you, because we are one.